Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to discuss the theory part of one of the very important topic which is like Azure VM safe mode boot. So in today's video we will cover first thing how to boot an Azure VM into safe mode with networking. With the help of you can do this with the RDP and you can enable this safe mode with the help of Azure Serial Console. There is another method to achieve this we can do with the rescue VM. Don't worry, we will discuss each and every point in details in this video, and in our upcoming video we are going to do a full practical demo of each these steps. By end of this video you will have a clear understanding of how to start your Azure VM in safe mode safely and effectively. Before we start, please tell me in comments what is the biggest VM issue you have faced in Azure. Was it RDP lockout or failed extension or any other? So share your experience. Your scenario might just become the topic of our next video. So let's get started. So as I said that we are I have created one .md file with the GitHub which can help us to earlier we were creating PPT presentation, and but now I decided to create one MD file and we'll go through the theory part first, and after this we will try, as I said that we'll definitely create a demo steps how we can enable and all. So let's get started. Let's discuss about the theory part first. So in this video our goal is to boot an Azure Windows VM into safe mode via RDP and rescue VM. So what we need to do first? So first we need to understand why safe mode is a critical. I can say it's a clean room for troubleshooting, right? It start your VM with only essential service and drivers, which means there is no conflict with the agent or any extension. We can safely remove and repair any kind of application or software with the help of safe mode. And yeah, it's very clear that your can get back online without any issue. So before that we'll understand what kind of pre-checks we need to follow. This is the first point. So let's go to the in details. So as a pre-check, the first thing is access. You must have a contributor access on the VM or resource group. Second important thing is that you need a local admin credential for that VM. Second thing, serial console. Make sure that Azure serial console is enabled for the VM. If not, you can enable from the boot diagnostic. Third is a rollback plan. As a rollback plan, take a backup or snapshot of your OS disk before making any kind of changes. This token is, it's a different things. If you are planning to uninstall any CrowdStrike application, in that case you need a token, uninstall token. But in our upcoming videos we will try to uninstall one basic application, but yeah, you can follow this. And if you are following the change control process, then go with the change control process. Now this is our workflow. So let's say first thing, so can you log in via RDP? If no, then we can enable this safe mode from the serial console itself. If yes, there is another option. You can take a RDP and you can enable the safe mode with this BC edit and reboot. You can do the reboot. In a serial console also we have a methods. We can run specific command in a serial console. We need an admin credential to access the serial console. Once you log in the serial console, you can run the specific script and you can enable the. And the second, let's say if you're not able to do the serial console, let's say the serial console is also failed. So in that case, what you will do, you can use the rescue VM method where you can load offline registry hive, and then you can reattach this to VM, original VM, and then normal boot you can do. And there is another way, I mean, in the rescue VM itself you can boot that OS disk with the SEP mode. So that also we will discuss. So first method is the RDP serial console enable SEP mode. What you need to do, first thing, from PowerShell on the VM, let first you have to take a RDP. Once you log in your Azure VM, there are two ways. You just open the PowerShell with the administrative access, and then you can run this command which can enable safe mode with network, and then you can, with this command, you can reboot the VM. Now let's understand. Now let's understand how we can do with the serial console. So let's say, now what you can do, go to your Azure portal and click on Azure serial console. If let's say your RDP is failing, right, I mean you're not able to take a RDP, in that case you can just try to access the serial console. Once you open the serial console, what you need to do, in a serial console first you need to type CMD, and after that CMD you just need to type this switch, which is the interactive channel, that ch hyphen si hyphen 1. You can put any number. I i i put 1, but you can use 2 or whatever if you want. After that, that serial console will ask you to log in. So logon prompt will appear. So you have to sign in with the local administrator account. As I said, that you need a local administrator account. So once you log in that with the local administrator, you will get a Windows path. So in that you can run the same. So let's say if you want to enable Windows installer in a safe mode, right? So because MSI is disabled by default in safe mode, if you plan to uninstall via MSI, you have to enable the service first. So you can run this command with the serial console and it will enable the MSI. After this, you can try to check the registry for the CrowdStrike with this commands, register reg query, and then you can mention the CrowdStrike path. Same with these three registry commands you can use. If you want to modify any specific, you can take a backup and then you can make the changes. And let's say if you want to uninstall CrowdStrike with the serial console, you can use this command and you can uninstall as well. Let's understand. So this is the, if you want to, let's say you already enable the safe mode and now you want to exit the safe mode. This is the command which can help you to exit the safe mode. So you have to delete the value of safe boot and reboot the server. Even after this, if does not work, then you can do this command like delete value current safe boot, and then you can restart your VM. So after restart, your Azure VM will boot normally. Now the second method is the rescue VM. So let's understand. Let's say your Azure VM, you are not able to take a RDP, as well as you are not able to take a serial console as well. So in this case, what you can do, so this one, so let's say, so these are the steps, right? So first you have to stop your Azure VM, or else you can, after stop, you can take a snapshot of your OS disk. You can create one another disk from your snapshot, and then you can attach that data disk to the rescue VM. So as I mean, it's a simple method. You can watch our previous videos where you can understand how we can create a rescue VM. So you have to attach that OS disk to the rescue VM. So once you attach that disk to rescue VM, then in a rescue VM you have to go to the disk management and make that disk online first. So once you make it online, then you have to open the registry edit. on the rescue VM. And once you open the rescue VM, go to the path like HKLM. You have to click on HKLM. Okay, select the file menu. So if you can see the file menu, and under the file menu you will get an option called load hive. So once you click on load hive, you have to go to this path. You have to go to Windows, System 32, config, and then system. So once you click on system, you once you click on OK, you can make any, you can make it, you can put any name. I mean I mention here offline, but you can mention test VM or faulty VM. I mean as per your convenience. Once you put the name of that hive, then after that you can easily edit required CrowdStrike or any registry offline on that specific hive. Once you make the changes, and then you can again go to the file option, then go to the unload hive, and once you're done with this, you have to detach that disk which is already attached to the rescue VM, and then you can swap that disk to the your faulty VM, and you can boot your VM. So this way you can, I mean let's say you are not able to take a RDP, or you are not and you want to remove any specific registry for that faulty VM. So this way also you can do this. Now let's discuss about how we can use this rescue VM. These are the steps, I mean I clearly discuss about this. So these are the steps you can, I will go through it quickly. So first thing, either you can detach the OS disk, or you can create a snapshot and then disk, and then attach this to the rescue VM. That is the first step. On the rescue VM, you have to go to the disk management, make it that disk is online, right? And after that, you have to open the registry edit, and these are the steps you need to follow. That HK local machines, once you click here, you have to go to the file and then load hive, then browse to the this path, like you have to go to Windows, System 32, config, and system. Then you have to open. Once you click on OK, it will open, and then it will ask you to set a name. So you can put any name, I mean whatever you want. So I put the offline. Okay, and after that you can go to the specific registry whichever you want on that specific hive, and you can make the changes. Once you done with the changes, after changes you can select the offline hive again, and go to the file option, and then unload again. Once you've done everything, then simply you can detach the OS, that data disk from the SQVM, and reattach or swap with the original disk as the OS disk, and then you can boot your Azure VM. So this is another troubleshooting method for your faulty VM, where you want to deal with the registry things. Now one step, one another step, which is the rescue VM, but here is little bit different. So let's say do some, you want to enable safe mode option, right? I mean you want to boot the Azure VM with the safe mode, but from the GUI thing. So what you need to do, simply again you can take a snapshot of your defaulting VM. You can create a disk from the snapshot, and you can attach that OS disk or disk to a rescue VM, and go to the rescue VM disk management, and that make the disk offline into the disk management. After that, on a rescue VM you have to install Hyper-V feature. Once you're done with the Hyper-V, what you need to do, you need to create a new Hyper-V VM, and you need to attach that offline OS disk to the Hyper-V VM. Okay, let's say you attach the OS disk to the Hyper-V VM. Now you are going to start the Hyper-V VM, right? So whenever you start the Hyper-V VM, you need to press F8 repeatedly to access the advanced boot option. So once you continuously press F8, the OS disk will boot, and you will get options like safe mode, I mean, there are multiple options, we always get. So you will get a safe mode option, and then you can select the safe mode, and then you can log in the VM with the safe mode. And from GUI also you can make the changes whatever you want. Let's say if you want to uninstall any application, if you want to make any registry changes, you can do. And after that, once you shut down the server, that VM, it will cleanly shut down. Then after that you can detach the disk and again swap that disk to your original VM or faulty VM. So this is how we can enable the safe mode. So these are the troubleshooting points which I mentioned here. You can go with this. And the last is the quick command cheat sheet which can help you to do the safe mode. The first one is the network. This BCD edit you can use to enable the safe mode. These are the interactive channels options which you can use into the safe mode. This registry will help you to the enable Windows installer in a safe mode. And these are the CrowdStrike things. You and whenever you want to exit the safe mode, you can delete that value and reboot your server. And that's it for today's video. We will definitely come with the practical of this topic, put Azure VM with the safe mode. That we will do through the practical. So till that time, stay tuned and thanks for watching.